hear nobody talking about our people are not capable of A, B, C, or D. Whatever you fill in the blanks with. You got to moisturize this woolly, you did? You gotta moisturize that woolly, man. I get to a barber shop, it's time to go, and I gotta cut that woolly off, y'all. Gotta cut it off. Time to go. Babylon. Babylon has fallen. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is the habitation of devils. Every unclean and foul spirit that you can imagine. And it is. And I stop and think about that. But then I don't just stop and think about it. I go and look at the nations. Why? Because we have an illustration when we have a history of we see the children of Israel, the Judean southern kingdom, were taken out of the land and taken into Babylon, into captivity for 70 to 77 years during Daniel's time. And Daniel had a dream about four kingdoms that will rise out of Babylon. So I do my research, family. Now, the average person, they're not going to tie it in to the Bible because they don't believe the Bible from how we've been taught to look at the Bible. We look at the Bible like it's, I don't know, a fairy tale or something, but the Bible is real history, family. They began writing when they encountered your ancestors. That ain't their book. Yeah, they translated it, but, and it's not their writing. Those are your rights, transliterated, right? And they're used it for some of everything. Religion, and a whole bunch of things that you wasn't with. Hold on. Yes, it's our rise, people. It's time for us as a people. We are in the stages of the awakening where you can read and follow closely. Ezekiel 37, the awakening of the dry bones. Who are the dry bones as a nation of people? Who else are fighting the world systems to respect their standing? It's God's people. It's the people, period. Y'all know what time it is. I ain't coming on here trying to eulogize nobody. Shit, you know that. What was his name? I like how that boxer, Deontay Wilder. He's like, man, y'all know what time it is. We've been locked over here, trapped in captivity for 400 years. And the first thing a person will tell you is, well, slavery. And they abolished it openly, but institutionalized it. On my phone, devil. But they institutionalized family. Whereas America, America got some. Man, America ain't got nothing but what we get them. And today we take everything and leave them nothing. And the righteousness of who we are. Yeah, that's what's happening on the world stage. And that's what our people don't get. They steady talking all this politics. I don't have nothing against those who sit in that seat, but it's like it's the elders. They don't want to let go of some power they think we got, which we don't got. And we steady holding on to some bullshit they steady promoting, putting up in our faces, talking about vote for what? You got tangibles for this vote? If I vote, that means Just like they giving you, they always telling us this bullshit about what they don't got, but they can cut checks for these nations. Why would she give reparations just for black people? Why wouldn't you give something that's concentrated, just like the concentrated effort this motherfucking government put to withhold and the people roll with it while they talking that bullshit? That's why you should give it to us. Even black ass politicians. I ain't, like I said, I don't got nothing against the elders. But look, if you ain't talking about tangibles for us, I don't care who you are. Go sit yourself down in the back. Your course has ran. You're gonna feel some kind of way when I'm speaking, or a brother or sister that have awakened. We know better. We not, hell no. We'll sit it the fuck out. So that means these politicians who you put in place that's supposed to be working for the will of the people will allow you not to get your government funding. Why? Because they ain't listening. They ass hard head. They think you work for them. No, chumps. You work for us. And the deal is to get that money rerouted into our as much wealth as they can get. Y'all need to read, to play. We stuck on colorism, but it's many facets to that beast system. That's why it's America is a part of the beast system. It's a daughter of the beast that Daniel had to dream about. Well, how can you say that? I am asking questions. Well, where's America in the Bible? So for all our brothers to say, oh, this is our land. Look, the beast came and corrupted this land. This ain't the, when God told Abraham about his descendants being scattered, guess what? He also, in verse 18, you go down, Genesis chapter 15, verse 18. Start at verse 13. He gave him specific location on where his land of promise, not just for him, but for him and his descendants, because they're the servants of the king of the world. This is the first family forever. I don't care who in political office or who got the most wealth. That don't mean nothing in the kingdom of heaven. Wealth matter because you're dealing with the wealthiest. Most High gave you the wealth. It matters. But that don't determine who rules and who don't. Think about it. When Messiah was born, they brought wealth to him. They brought it to him because they knew a king was born. But it was under the Kingdom Act. It wasn't under no politics. Think about it. The political actors, the king that was ruling Jerusalem at the time, it was a client state of who? Rome. Rome. Why you keep saying America? Because America came out of who? Britain, right? These are descendants of Britons and other Europeans, right? Well, Britain, them European nations came out of Rome. Them the nations that was birthed out of Rome. Look them up. What nations came out of Rome? That's why the Portuguese knew who to enslave when they enslaved the so-called Negroes. Because it was, no, that is corruption. That's outside corruption. The Most High said, if you change, well, why can't you say it's the black? Because Deuteronomy 28, verse 45, it tells you a sign of some of the blessings. Deuteronomy 28 consists of the covenant. So it has the blessings and the judgments that will go against you if you break the covenant. And it says, we know the Father is a spirit, so whatever is coming from him is eternal. And it will show up in ways that's not conventional to what we've been taught, how we've been taught to look at things. That's like everything has the breath of life in it. Trees have it, and no, they don't, wait. Yes, they do. How are they able to come alive? They coming alive right now. I'm looking at them. It's raining in the city of Chicago, south side right now. The trees they are alive. They're budding. A few weeks ago, I have video where there were no buds. Then I talked about it, and the next day there were buds. And now you have leaves. The grass is growing. because of the Ruach of Most High. This is what he created in the beginning, right? Trees that have fruit that grow within, that have seeds that grow within the self, right? This is the truth, family. It's not based on politics, science, none of that. Science can't do nothing with it. So here you have tangible, real things being birthed into this earth, brought forth. So I don't understand, with knowing this, why is it so hard for us to understand the birth of the Messiah? I want to touch on that. I don't understand that. He was birthed by this eternal word, right? Yes, he came through a woman, so therefore you will see a human. And it will have human qualities. But the spirit within it transcended. Now, why would he say Father? Because he's a human. And he understand that there was a power that was in him that was greater. He was coming to learn. He was coming to learn. He didn't know all things at birth. He was learning. Things were being revealed as his life was unfolding. From the beginning, because he was a child, remember, he was out teaching. His parents was looking for him. Remember, he went and he was teaching in the temple. And the elders were amazed at his speech and his questions, because he had a different doctrine. His word was coming from the eternal, which is spiritual in nature. That's why we don't look to Moses. We look to the eternal spirit that's operating. It's alive 24/7. You ain't got to wait no particular day to operate in it. It's every day we run to his rest. Because his rest, meaning being within him, is what gives us power. It's our authority and power to operate as humans. Yeah. I left my hoodie. I left my dang on hoodie. My work hoodie. Throw this other hoodie on. I'm gonna throw this raincoat on. Right mob out. Roll out. Roll out. I need a hood. I got so many hoods. Roll out. My hood without work here. Off to the hood we go. But now, it's time of reckoning. Time of reckoning like you've never seen before. Knowledge is being revealed like on a scale unheard of. Think about it. How can I come to this knowledge if it's not the truth? Because there's a spirit operating in the word that we were never taught to look at. I'll just look at the surface, then I'm gonna be stuck. Like, okay, how does this work? Words have power, right? Remember, your mother and dad always told you that. Be careful what you say. You can be wanting something, right? And they'll warn you. Well, don't speak against it. If you speak against it, you will speak it away. It won't come forth for you. Same difference. Same thing right now with the word of God. The word has an eternal power. The word has a power that's operating. It don't go off. It stays on 24/7. It's what powers everything with the breath of life in it. Everything. And everything that's in existence has Ruach in it, the breath of life. We humans just happen to be covered up in the shell, a body, just like Christ. He created a body for us to come into itself for himself. Who else could remove the sins of the world? So that meant anything that's coming into this world was tainted. You would say, oh, no, it wasn't. Well, how are these nations that are so wicked able to operate? What power are they operating in? So we need to know these things. We need to know these things, and in particular know the word. Because through the word, we can overcome. Because of the power that's in it, we can overcome the world as sons and daughters of God. Scare the wig, hey, scare their wigs off their head. Who taught them that? They scared right now. But they not scared of your democracy because they know it has no power in it. They created it. They know it don't have no power. Well, what has power, Dewayne? Me and you coming together and doing that work, putting that work in. Me and you. Not relying on the world and all that. You get a call, we go to work. That's how you do that. Plain and simple. There ain't nothing trivial about it. It's simple. And we put a system in place to nurture that money. It ain't gonna just be sitting. It's gonna work. We're gonna use it for what it's for. Open the door of opportunity for us and our dependents who we love. That's the mission. I'm about to get up out of here. Go hit a mission. Go hit the garage. We're gonna see what unfolds. Spend my day being great in the garage and being thankful because that's my calling and that's how I'm going to become wealthy through means where I have people calling me to do things and I don't even advertise it. Yeah, I talk about it and promote, but think about it. I ain't on Google or none of them places. I would love to have myself, have my things promoted. Okay, connect so we can roll, bro. Junction, what's your function? Junction, what's your function? Roll. But that's our power in returning to who we are as the children of the Hebrew that were chosen. That's our bloodline, Hebrew. Your nationality is Israel. You're the Israelites. Genesis 32, God chose your forefather. He changed his name for a reason. Now you have to walk in that authority. The church ain't gonna understand. The church is the one stuck in what? The world. They follow the world. They follow politics. This is a awakening to come out. Touch not those unclean things of the world. They love it. Am I wrong for pointing that out and saying be separate from them? No, I'm not. Four bus, they riding. They tweaking. We ain't riding that bus. We over here. We riding our bike. This spring or something. I'm gonna have me a bunch of because I ain't finna, if I got to go, like I might get called late at night. I'm successful now. Why? Because I understand what I have, my ability to repair, right? That puts me on the level, gives me a level of power. People invest in automobiles, right? They know the automotive system, so they call it. That's the wealth and power the most I have given. And I gotta get over here to one sister that used to come bring her car. I ain't seen her in a while, and I ran to the gas station. She's driving around. She's like, "Oh, man, looking for you, Wayne." I'm like, "Y'all know what I'm at? Just eat." Keep on doing what you're doing. I don't know why none of the guys can give them a damn number. I don't get it. We can tweak. But each his own. I ain't mad at nobody because I know how to move in shape. You know what I'm saying? I'm a move in shape. So with me, there's a law operating, supply and demand. That is a power. There's a spirit behind it that empowers you, right? Do we understand that? I don't need to bank money. All I gotta do is answer your call, pull up, and bam. We do our transaction, and bam, we're done. It's just that simple. But it goes further than that. You don't stop there. There's more to it because you want to put your money up for your money. You want to just spend your money, put it in the application, put it in the system where it can make money for you. Create your own system through, we know, things of creation. People utilize things on a daily to get things done. See what it looks like out here. I mean, shoes, new shoes, the other thing. Step the game, y'all. You won't get $1 million, but you don't look like it. Still gonna get the hell out of here. I go up the sidewalk. I'm on my bike. Got my electric bike. We back up and running. I'm not standing no house. Get up out of here. I'll go sit in the garage and talk about it. Go sit in the garage, holler at the people, and continue to build. We build and you did. Reach out to your brothers, especially in the Chicago area. It's time for the Hebrews to come together, y'all. We got work, kingdom work, on the real. This don't got nothing to do with religion, none of that. We gonna show them where they missed the ball. They dropped the ball. And it ain't nothing personal towards our elders. Everybody got to get down or lay down. You gonna get down or lay down. Whoever you are. Me, you, anybody. Ain't no exceptions. But we gonna love them with compassion. I wouldn't say nothing crazy. They gonna let your ass happen. They don't got the patience already. They mad. They already think we effing around. Well, I ain't. I'm on the front line, been on the front line, won't stay on the front line. I've been a ride or die since I was a short. That's, always aspired to ride. Not to die, but to ride. Oh, man. This wheel's still up. You still rolling, man. Oh. Let's go. I know no damn radio on. I turned it off. Shit, have to. They got that heat on that bathroom. I'm like, man, but you can't tell them turn it off. They got the elders around here. They not me, they bone. We dealing with bone density now. And blues particularly so real thin. Shit. I don't trust it. I feel like it. Yeah, tell you, boy, it's cold out here. They keep their heat on too. The summer break. I understand, yeah, we from Chicago. You mess around, wake up. It's spring, yeah. Bring it on in, but you mess around and wake up and there'll be snow out there. They probably think I ain't coming out. I ain't one of them dudes that's gonna stay in that. They know I'm coming out. I ain't see the snow. It's springtime. We should be in springing out towards establishing power, building our own institution. I got an institution. Whatever I'm doing can be set up to be an institution just like you, because it houses taking care of the needs of us and our people. I don't just do for myself. I try to help my people. That's why I come on here and talk about it. care of nobody. We gotta take care of our business and open doors to help people get into this shop. Get them into this shop. Because he want to do something different than you. That's what he's proved. That's what the Most High give him to do. We gotta stop trying to control people like artists. And then, yeah, we'll bring it out. But I ain't gonna stay stuck on talking about that. Hell no. That's a fault that they have. They need to work on. They'll cuss me out and tell me I'm ignorant of anything. So even saying that, but I don't care. You got to work out your own salvation. They don't. With fear and truth. So that means you need to have the truth. Seek the truth of God's word. That's the only truth. And with that, I say shalom. Being a power, we God's people. We're Deuteronomy 7:6, a special people unto the Most High. The Most High chose you to be special to him above all people. They don't like to hear that, but the truth is the truth. You ain't going around buying bombs to drop on other people. You fight. You've been fighting for the Palestinians and other people, and they say you wicked for that because you standing against what you see with your eyes. Like these people work witchcraft, even with their language. I tell you, this is witchcraft. Like my man, he's stressed. I don't understand why my wife keep talking about good morning. I said, well, my lady do the same shit. You don't know how to say good morning? Hey, I ain't morning. You the one morning, not me. What's my morning about? Oh, that's ignorant. That's woo-woo. No, let's use it for common sense. Let's be wise in the words that we use. I ain't saying don't speak. It's like my man, they ran right. Okay, everything is grand about what's going on. What's grand about what's going on? Everything. I got to get another door. One of those hydraulic pumps for the door. The wind blew this way back. My lady accused me talking about my bike and broke it and all kind of witchcraft going on. I'm like, lady, your ass be lying. Women so goddamn theatrical. She should have been an actress. She a Leo too. Like, what the girl? This is not that. What's your problem? You don't talk smack because I'm talking. I don't go on Facebook talking about. I ain't going on Facebook talking about business. I'm just talking about an instance of how men and women see things through a veiled lens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an elder. I'm supposed to teach. I don't give a shit about no rain. I'm out here. In the show, shoot through the hood. Shoot through the hood. I hit the grove. Get the hell out of here. I'm not standing no house. I know my man will be watching. I wonder if he gonna come out. Hell to the yeah, I'm coming out. I'm on my west side, this side. Get out of here. South side of Chicago is raining. Need to go get a line looking like Wolf did. We out here. Peace and blessings, y'all. Chicago. I don't know what kind of fucking cutting they did. Like all mud out there, but I see now it's tracked over. They tracked over the grass with that damn machine. And that don't look all that good, but hey, they at work doing their job. I ain't complaining. Do your job, but it looks shitty.